Okay, here goes our attempt to possibly get the last power in the game. Move that down a little bit. Let's hope this works well. Okay, so I'm gonna go get my super speed ability again, so I'll be able to do this just fine and dandy. Yep. That was the thing I was never able to find. I never had interacted with that thing, I guess, before, so I never got to this part of the overworld, which is kind of odd, but that's okay. Get out of the way, you guys. So hopefully with this, we'll be able to get forward and forward. House. I think I might know what this is for. I remember this, actually. Let's see if this will actually do it, what I think it will. I guess we have to make it rain first. To make it rain we go. That was. I this feeling that I was right about that. In PK, I'm not particularly fond of requests in situations like this, and I couldn't play Silent Hill Homecoming even if I wanted to right now. I don't mind requests, it's more... I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. He is blocking the way. Power. And with all said and done, now we only have one more power to go. Boy oh boy oh. Guess with that we can teleport ourselves back. Guess we're getting close to the end here. Not that power. I always confuse the name of that with this one for some reason. My game, just in case. Oh, I should probably wake myself up for that though. Burp. Okay, so back to sleep. I don't know what to do. How do we end this game? Because to my understanding, we're in end game right now, so... But I don't know how you go to the door room? Okay, well, I'm here. Oh, do I lay all the eggs all around? That's what I thought we might have to do. Okay, all of them. Aw, all my beautiful power-ups. There's a frog. Okay, here's an egg. Okay. All my beautiful power-ups. All these beautiful power-ups. That one looks like a Yoshi egg, except red. The egg for that one's small. Okay. Oh, that one is rainbow. I get it. Ah, these eggs are symbolic. I get it. Okay. Guess we're almost done laying everything down. That one's cool. Okay, bicycles are made out of eggs apparently these days. That's all good. All these beautiful eggs still all going out. I'm guessing I can't lay instructions, so... Yeah, I know how the game works. Let's see. With that being said and done, we'll be heading this way. I guess we can now wake up. Wake up. Oh. It's really gonna end like this? What? I don't think jumping is a good idea. I really don't. I think I might know what he's talking about. Let me take a look-sees. right, all the eggs have been formed into a nice little pattern. That is precise. Anyways, wake up. Anyways, I think I see where this ending is going, obviously, and I didn't see it coming, but it makes a lot of sense if I think about some of the things in the game, so let's do it. And I'm guessing, again, this game has a story which kind of lets you read into things yourself, but it was kind of obvious that she had some form of something messed up happen to her before this, first of all. If you consider the fact, A, she's living in her room the whole entire game, and she refuses to leave her room except inside her dreams. And if you look at her dreams themselves, quite a few of them are actually quite messed up, so... Gonna go phase off that because I know who made all the games, the sound, the music, and all that was all made by the same person, so... Take this advantage when I have this window open to look at Yume Nikki theories. I have my own theory based on some things, but let me go get that open for you guys. The theories page of the Wikipedia page. Wikipedia has everything. Different wikis for all sorts of different games. Yume Nikki is a strange unknown game with no dialogue and unique art style, so of course the fans created many theories, some good and some bad, some complex and some make us laugh. The article will categorize the theories by character. There will be long theories with contributions from both characters. It'll also be worth noticing the TV tropes wild mess guessing. Okay. First character is this thing, Madatsuki. In the game, Madatsuki was raped. In the game, there's much evidence that Mado was raped. In the forest world along by a strange road, several creatures in the background with eyes watch over you. The last one's eyes follow you for a split second as you leave. Many claim these are ovaries, which add sexual content to the game. Other instances with eyes include the eyeball world and the barracks where entering a certain shed can lead to a tunnel where eyes follow the player. On the way to the witches affect eyes and the trees follow the player. The theme of being watched seems prevalent. At first there was black, then comes colors. Hands are scattered throughout the game, with the staircase lined with reaching hands on the way to Soko Masai Sensei sprouting up from the ground into the eyeball room in the White Desert 2. The room Oboyo teleports you to with the nightmarish landscapes where a monster with multiple hands, grass, hills in the background is reminiscent of groping to some players. Unwanted touching seems to be a theme. Note also a picture on the walls of the waiting room in the mall allude to sexual situations, especially the one picturing a crying figure with a phallus-shaped object on its mouth. The other images that is located in the mall have a provocative picture of a frowning mouth that appears to be drooling. This could also be a sign that Madoka was forced to perform acts that she found unpleasant. Let me turn off the TV there. Okay, some say that Koya Koyo, a large, colorful pole creature rubbing the banister of a stairway, is a phallic imagery. A knife and cat effects after the speed of which Koyo rubs the rail on the staircase being either up or down, which would mean that the rapist used to be gentle when she indulged blah blah blah. Yay. I'm gonna say my own theories without reading the theories of others, so keep in mind, this is just my first impressions before I read super deep into everything inside the game, okay? This is just the simple things. The first are the really simple things about the game. First of all, I'm not sure if I can completely believe the rape theme thing. There is one thing, one single thing that would make me think that might be a possibility. It's not anything about touching, feeling. I mean, honestly, there's a few things about that. I mean, it could suggest some things, but I don't know if she'd be a pregnant rape victim. The only thing that kinda you could read into maybe in my mind at the top at this very moment into that, at least my mind would piece that together, is the fact that all the power-ups in the game are eggs, which, you know, but given, I just thought of that was something like Easter eggs, because Easter eggs, I don't know. But it doesn't really seem like that would be the most, I don't know. Again, this game, I'm pretty sure, is just made for people to interpret it their own ways. I'm sure the developer had one particular mindset, but there's probably a reason why he decided not to release it, because here the game, Yume Nikki is now like 9 years old, because it was made in 2003, so. Let's see, though. As I said, Buboa could mean something, I guess, and again, it could just be an Easter egg. Now, here's a few facts that are obvious. First of all, even though I was joking about it earlier, it's very obvious that our main character, I can't remember her name right now, is a NEET, and that's pretty evident by the fact that all she does is stay in her room. She refuses to go outside, and she sleeps all day. Those are very obvious signs of depression. If all she's doing all day is stay in her room, she refuses to go outside at all, and has no interaction with anyone, it seems, and all she literally does all day is sleep. Because that's what she's doing the whole game, sleeping, dreaming. Her dreams have imagery, some of which is disturbing, some of which is more dreamy, and I mean, no, first of all, the powers themselves, I mean, I guess you could read into some of this. Let's see. I don't know. Some of the powers you could read into, but as I said, I'm sure she's depressed, that's obvious, and ultimately, in the end, she commits suicide, which is obvious, again. But the reasons why she does all that, I would not be able to say without specifically analyzing the themes of each world and everything and how different things play into her life. I mean, for instance, some of them is super, super obvious. Why she has a world based on video games, because obviously she plays video games. I mean, that has nothing to do with her depression, but that obviously is the theme of that world. Then if you want to look into other worlds, I don't know, like the forest. You know what? There are a few worlds that do stick out if you try and think about it, I guess. Like, I guess you could read into maybe the orphanage area meaning something. I guess it was kind of weird that there was an orphanage, especially considering it's in her dreams. I mean, I've never dreamt of an orphanage before, so I don't know. And that area was probably one of the more darker areas that was actually in the game. There was the accident that you stumble upon and other stuff like that. This might just be my objection here, but isn't a hikikomori, or in other words, a hikikomori and a NEET the same thing? Maybe there's some small difference between them. Maybe there's a big difference I'm not aware of, but maybe I'm just mistaken on all this. All I know is that, yeah, she does lock herself in, it's obvious, and it's obvious she's depressed and sleeping it off, I guess. Given her dream worlds are kind of weird, so. And another thing that makes me think that the rape victim theory might not be correct. If she was raped, you think that there'd be more in her dreams to allude to being raped. And I mean, there are a few things you could read into, but I'm trying to think about what actually attacks you in the game. And there's nothing like a raper that ever in the whole entire game attacks you. The only thing that really sort of attacks the player is those ladies, the ones that look really ugly. You know, the ones that chase you around and anything can be next. I'm just trying to observe the game for a second. I don't think there's anything like a rape type character that I could read into. I'm pretty sure, maybe this is just how I think of it. If you were raped, I would imagine that you would have nightmares involving the perpetrator itself, especially if in a game based around dreams. There was really no such character in Yume Nikki. The only thing that really ever attacks you in your dreams are those old ladies who will follow you, and I'm pretty sure those weren't the perpetrators of a rape assault, so I'm pretty sure it's something else, but maybe, I don't know. If I can read more, I don't think she was raped, but I will say maybe she got herself into bad situations. I don't know. Like maybe the whole hand eye thing. It could also mean that she's just not comfortable with people in general. Maybe I'm reading too much into things and all that. Like maybe she felt uneasy in crowds. She doesn't like the idea of being watched and all that. I don't know again. I mean, again, I understand that the popular theory that she was raped. It's just I'm not sure if that's something which I would validate myself with because I wouldn't have read into the imagery in the game as meaning that she was raped. I'm sure there's some evidence behind it you could get behind, and just like other theories as well. It's just I would think if she was, there'd be some enemy in the game that would indicate that somewhat because rape is, of course, involuntary. It is an attack. It is assault, and that would very well be. You would be afraid of something like that, of course. But in the game, the only thing that really ever attacks you in your dreams is elderly women, which I find kind of odd. But so I'd read more into that than anything else because that's the only thing that actually ever attacks you in the game. Different things. I would more read into everything that she was just more antisocial. Maybe she was bullied. I don't know because I mean I guess they weren't technically old ladies. They were just ugly looking girls. But I guess they were kind of dressed young. So I'm guessing she was probably picked on by other girls. I'm guessing more happened than that. I mean obviously she's seen some dark shit. Blood is of course in her dream. She sees somebody who died when you get the stoplight power up. There's the orphanage that we see a little bit of, which is where the most elderly women appear, and you get the guillotine power up. So I'm guessing that probably means something. Let's see some other things. I'm trying to think. Well, I wouldn't say she was just abused. I mean, it's. I'm sure there's more I could read into and everything. I'm just not really thinking of too much. I guess I'll look at some of the fan theories later, but I guess the deepest I can read into it after playing the game is it's obvious she was bullied. It's obvious she was depressed and neat. Like I'm not sure. There was probably some life shocking moment that happened that has her in this perpetual state. However, though, I don't know if rape victim really falls in line with what the game suggested to me, at least. Starting off with the first fact that obviously, as I was mentioning, there's no character in her dreams that seems like a particular assaulter on her. There's not really any huge themes that I saw in the game that would say to rape. I mean, there's some things that seemed a bit sexual, but then everyone is a bit sexual, so that's not really too surprising. And I think everyone can say that sometimes they've had somewhat sexual or even very sexual things in their dreams. Going into that, another thing which I can add on to that is that I just read into it elsewise, I guess. I'll look into some more of the fan theories later. Anyways, I'm going to end this up for YouTube for now, and I'll catch you guys next time. And the stream will be back up for live streamers in a small bit. I'm going to take a quick break, like about 5 or 10 minutes to do a few things, but then I'll be right back. And I will go on to the next thing. So catch you guys in a small bit.